How do you get over hiding something because of the fear that people will think of you differently or treat you worse, especially for family members and others close to you? Quentin Goodwin. You know, Quentin, I don't know what to say about that because it depends on what you're hiding. You know, so I'd like to answer that question, but it's not detailed enough. The devil, with questions like that, man, the devil is often really seriously in the details. And if you think that you're hiding it because of cowardice, that's one thing. But like, you might have a real problem, and you're hiding something that really would cause serious repercussions in your social circumstances and in your family, in which case, it's a hell of a tough thing to deal with. And I would say you need to find someone that you can talk to, that you trust, that's wise. And maybe that'll be a professional. But, or I would say the same thing that I mentioned earlier to someone who had a similar question about strategy, is like, write down a strategy. And then the other thing you could do too that's useful is imagine the worst, okay? Imagine you reveal whatever this is and the worst happens. Lay out the worst so you understand it. Be realistic about it. And then figure out how you'd handle it. Like you could imagine, well, everyone now hates me so much I have to move to a new town. Well, maybe you could do that, And once you know that you could do that, then maybe you wouldn't be so afraid about it. So it's often the case that people are terrified about the terrible things that might happen is because they won't really think through what the terrible things are and what they would do. And so think it through, think the catastrophe through, and think about how you would cope with it if it happened. And that should encourage you to some degree. So